Have you noticed Melanie Martinez all over your FYP again? But this time, it's not fan edits, cosplay, or those dreamy music transitions. It's chaos. Her name is tied to controversy after controversy, and the shift has been fast and brutal. A few years ago, you couldn't scroll TikTok without hearing "Pacify Her" or "Dollhouse." She was the face of alternative pop and aesthetic trends. But now, it's accusations, leaked info, fan outrage. Even die-hard supporters are burning merch and deleting fan accounts. A vibe has changed. So what really happened? Why did one of the most visually creative, beloved artists on TikTok suddenly become the center of cancel culture? This isn't just celebrity drama. It's a wild story about internet loyalty, blurred boundaries, and how quickly a fandom can turn. Let's break it down. Melanie Martinez used to be everywhere on TikTok. Her songs like "Pacify Her," "Dollhouse," and "Soap" weren't just background music. They were an entire aesthetic. Pastel edits, vintage doll-themed outfits, fan theories, and viral transitions all revolved around her art. She created a world, and people wanted to live in it. Her theatrical style, eerie storytelling, and childlike visuals gave her an edge that most pop artists didn't have. And for a long time, that made her different in the best way possible. But today, the comments under her name are filled with anger, suspicion, and disappointment. The same community that once idolized her now feels like it's cracking apart, piece by piece. It all started years ago when someone named Timothy, a former friend of Melanie's, came forward with serious allegations. She said Melanie assaulted her. The internet didn't listen. In fact, the moment Timothy spoke up, she was attacked online. Her private life leaked. Her address shared. Her phone number exposed. People who never met her rushed to label her a liar. Why? Because she spoke out against a beloved artist. And Melanie's fan base, which had grown large and obsessive, acted like they had been personally betrayed. The saddest part? Timothy disappeared. For years, she stayed offline. When she returned much later, she didn't come back angry. She came back exhausted, and her story hadn't changed. She stuck to her truth, even though it cost her everything: friends, opportunities, safety. But something strange happened this time. People actually started listening. TikTok dug up the old accusations. More creators began discussing it, and suddenly the algorithm shifted. Timothy's name started trending again, but now in support. Even fans who used to ignore her story were commenting things like, "I didn't believe you before, but I do now." Then came the snowball effect. Accusations didn't stop at Timothy. More people began calling out other behavior. One of the biggest controversies involved Melanie wearing what many considered culturally inappropriate clothing, specifically sacred indigenous items, in a performance. Clips began circulating of her dancing with what looked like ceremonial objects, and viewers weren't impressed. The tone felt disrespectful, and many felt it crossed a line. And then there was the dress. You know the one, a soft, frilly outfit she wore in the "Pacify Her" music video. Fans discovered it came from a store known for selling adult baby fetish clothing. The shop openly advertised ABDL wear, meaning adult baby diaper lover. Once people figured that out, the comments exploded. Fans who once brushed off her childlike themes began questioning everything. Was this all just a quirky aesthetic, or had there always been something more disturbing underneath? Next up, the meet and greet scandal. Fans paid real money, sometimes hundreds of dollars, expecting to meet Melanie in person. Instead, they got an AI-generated image and a form to write her a note. That's it. No conversation, no real moment. For many, it felt like a betrayal. People left those events feeling tricked, and some even posted videos of themselves burning her merch. Loyalty cracked, right there, in real time. Then came the cheating rumors. A vague Instagram story from her ex-boyfriend sparked the internet's imagination. He never directly said she cheated. But with one line, "I never cheated on her," the drama exploded. Suddenly, the narrative became that Melanie was unfaithful. No proof, no receipts, but people ran with it. What's wild? Timothy had a detailed account of what happened to her, and no one believed her. But one story, with no evidence, had people immediately throwing their support behind the boyfriend. Double standards, clear as day. Meanwhile, her live performances started gaining criticism. Fans uploaded clips showing her pausing mid-song, looking frustrated, or cutting shows short. Some blamed the heat, others blamed the crowd. But either way, the feedback was the same. Something felt off. People began questioning whether she still cared, or if she was burning out. And all of this might have stayed low level if it wasn't for the state of her fandom. Melanie's fanbase, once known for loyalty and love, is now infamous for toxicity. Anyone who speaks against her risks harassment. Some creators say they've received DMs with threats. Others say they've had their personal information leaked. Even Timothy, after years away, still has to turn off comments because the attacks never stopped. These aren't just rumors. They're real experiences people are sharing. It's a loud minority, yes, but loud enough to scare others away from speaking up. Even some fans are tired of defending her. They admit they still love her music, that it reminds them of better times, but they no longer support her as a person. Others say they've moved on entirely. They now follow artists like Olivia Rodrigo or Lana Del Rey, and they've rebranded their fan accounts to match. Melanie hasn't addressed every claim. And that silence, it hits hard. For many, it feels like a quiet refusal to engage, to clarify, to take any kind of responsibility. Online, silence doesn't stay neutral. It grows legs, it spreads, it multiplies into furies, frustration, even betrayal. Every unanswered accusation adds weight to the pile. And the more time passes, the more people shift from fans to critics. It wasn't one single scandal that did the damage. It was the buildup, the pattern, the merch issues, the tone-deaf posts, the growing gap between her and the community that once felt seen. So where do you stand? Is Melanie Martinez still someone you support, or have things gone too far? Whether you still listen to her music or stepped away completely, your voice matters in how we hold public figures accountable. Brushing off serious claims or attacking people who speak out doesn't solve anything. It only keeps the cycle going. Let's stay honest. Let's stay human. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously, drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this helped you see the full picture, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. I'll see you in the next one.